Hi, Gemini. Welcome back. Welcome in. A long time no see. It has been a while since I've done anything but collective reads, but that is only because I didn't have the bandwidth, and that is changing. Things are shifting, and Spirit is making a way for me to pour into this channel. So I'm going to do that to my fullest capacity. Before we jump in with our cards, this is going to be a seasonal reading, by the way. We are moving quickly into Libra season, Mabon, which is the shift into fall. September 21st is Mabon, autumn equinox, the first day of fall. And as we all know, fall is all about shifting into a slower gear, preparing for the winter, hibernation, for things completely slowing down. If you're in the northern hemisphere, of course. If you're anywhere else in the world, just switch it, flip it, reverse it. A change of season is a change of season, regardless which seasons it is. Before we do that, though, jump in with the cards, though, we are going to be using our singing bowl to clear any lingering energy that needs to be cleared, to connect to each other as a collective, and then as a collective directly to Spirit. If you would like to use this time to call on any specific guides, deities, archangels, any beings of light that you would like to be present for this reading, please feel free to do so now. The more the merrier. All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and get into it. Spirit, speak to me and through me to the Gemini collective. My goodness, that's too many. And they also didn't fall. So, Spirit, speak to me and through me to the Gemini collective. What do they need to know at this time? What energies are around them, coming to them, through them, moving through them, all of these things. What do they need to know at this time? Spirit, speak to me and through me to the Gemini collective. Okay. First card out was the Page of Pentacles, and then we got Justice. Libra season. I was just talking about that. It is not surprising. Fellow air sign for you. So this energy could be all about refocusing. Could be all about using your mental prowess, your mental power, your logic versus emotions versus anything else really. Following what your mind tells you to do versus what your heart tells you to do, your gut, whatever you want to call it. You're using your mind. You're using your mind to bring things into balance. This Page of Pentacles here tells me that there's a younger, a little bit more immature, maybe a little bit more naive, trusting, bright-eyed, rose-colored glasses. She might literally have, she literally has rose-colored glasses on. So she's just like seeing the world in a way that is still very innocent and not tainted and not bitter, any of those things. Spirit could be calling you to bring more balance into your life by approaching life with this mindset, with this lens, seeing things in a more positive light versus negative, being a little bit more optimistic versus pessimistic. You know, try something else for a change. What the hell? Stop. Seven of Pentacles. Two of Cups also came out with that. You could also be really new at something. You could be still in college, still in like trade school, learning a trade or learning a profession, but you're very new at it. You're very fresh. What would they call that? Green? Like inexperienced in your field. But I feel like you're very focused on it. You're a quick study. You're making really quick progress, getting to a stage that it would take a lot of people a really long time to get to. But that goes hand in hand with this fall season that we are entering, because it's very much a season of review, looking back, taking stock, figuring out what's working and what's not, figuring out what you can tweak, what you can prune, so you can have better balance, so you can put your energy in the correct places and not waste it, not spoil it. She's been caring for these plants probably since they were little cuttings. Like, she propagated these from one single leaf, and now they're huge and they're thriving. And she's figured out what mix of soil, what fertilizers, what watering schedule, like all of the things that it takes to be successful at caring and nurturing plants. She's done that and she's getting great results. So I feel like you might be a novice or you might be new at something, but you're very skilled in whatever this is. You're very gifted, even naturally. You could be a lawyer, you could be going to law school, graduating law school and getting your first um, job at a firm, maybe, but you're feeling really like inexperienced and in over your head. But you're incredibly talented, you're incredibly gifted, and you will be making huge strides in the right direction. We have another card of balance here, another card of reciprocity. There's someone standing on the earth side, and then she's standing for whatever reason in the water with her shoes on. But that's her business. But it represents the duality and the coming to my God, excuse me, the coming together of two elements and meshing them and exchanging them. They both have cups and they're both offering their cup and then reaching for the other person's. This is reciprocity. This is equal give and take. This is pouring into someone as much as they pour into you. After the initial offer of the Ace of Cups, which feels like um, the universe literally handing you your dream situation in love, in romance, and something that really fills you with a lot of joy and passion and emotion. After that has been offered to you and you decide to take it, you then offer yours in exchange as well. So then it's reciprocal, and then it's an actual like um, couple or situation, whereas before it was just an offer. Someone may have just had a crush and then they spoke on it and they're like, oh well, I do too, and then okay, well now we're going to offer each other our cups and we're really going to explore this. But this could just be you balancing out. Maybe there was a situation with a coworker that felt really unbalanced. Maybe you felt um, this kind of inferior. I'm getting very much ageism, but in the reverse. Like someone thought you were too young to be as good as you are, or as gifted, or as skilled, or as far along in your profession. Maybe you're like a judge, something like that. Even just a lawyer. Maybe you're like a 20-year-old lawyer or something like that. Something unheard of. 19. I don't know. It sounds wild, but that's the energy that I'm getting. And someone could have made you feel every bit of that inferiority, but that's balancing out because it feels like other people are recognizing your talent, and it doesn't really matter the opinions of people around you. It doesn't really matter if they think you're skilled enough, if they think you're mature enough, if they think you're whatever enough. None of that matters. What matters is that you're creating your own lane, you're creating your own path, especially when it comes to your money. Some people have to go along to get along. They have to like keep quiet so they don't upset the boss, or well, I need this paycheck, so I have to like just suck it up and suffer in silence. I don't feel like that's the case. Like, you don't have to put up with bullshit and imbalanced situations, because you can literally you're doing your own thing, you're making your own lane. But like, if you are a judge, it doesn't really matter if people think like, oh my God, they're way too young, they have no idea what they're doing, there's no way that they could possibly be good at what they're doing. But it doesn't matter, because you're still there, you're still the judge, you're still doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you're the one in the position, and their opinion holds no weight. It pulls no weight. holds no, whatever the saying, however you would say that. It doesn't matter. 8 of Wands, my goodness. Moving quickly into new seasons, new situations, new phases, new stages of your life. One more card for Gemini before we switch to our oracle cards, please, Spirit. One more card for Gemini before we switch, please, Spirit. Just one. Just one, please, Spirit. Okay. We'll take this one because it came out upright by itself. 10 of Swords. Okay. Something is coming to a very quick end. Again, we had that energy of making quick progress. Like you could feel very novice at something. You are very new at something, but you're making really quick progress. God damn, could you keep it down? I swear there are constant helicopters recently. Like the last few months, it's been multiple times a day, every single day. It was never like that before. It's wild. And they're not like the ones that go and look at traffic, because there's no need for it to be that close if it's looking at traffic, if it's a traffic heli. Anywho, they're just very loud. Final card we got in terms of tarot, the 10 of Swords. Something is very much done. There's nothing left here. It needs to be let go of, because at this point it's just going to start. When they say dead weight, that's literally what they mean, like carrying a corpse in the hopes of like reviving it, or it's going to someday reanimate, or any and all of those things. Like it's not going to happen. So please just stop dragging it. There's another image. This image is on another card, but instead of the 10 of Swords, it says everything is fine. Like even though she is clearly, like, she's been stabbed 10 times, no less than 10 times, and they're all in very important places. Her neck, for one. She seems rather unbothered. She knows that she's going to be okay. So whatever this ending is, it's going to be okay. We got Mountain Road. You are on the road to success. And then we got Purse. Pay attention to your finances. Okay. Candle. You will be shown the way. Yeah. No matter what happens, no matter what is ending, this could be taking a look around and realizing that you're putting in way more effort than what you're getting out. You could be putting in this, what is this, 5 of coins energy, but you're only getting 2 coins out of it. So it's like, well, this is really imbalanced. I need to bring it back in balance. I need to make things right. So you could be leaving a job pretty quickly. It could be like a light bulb goes off, and you're like, this is not it. It could be a situation where they add more work to you and you mention, okay, well, I'm going to need some more money. And they're like, no, that's not going to happen. And you're like, okay, well, I'm going to go then. Bye. And you do. Fear, worries, tense situations, the dagger here, right by the 10 of Swords. Whatever it was that is ending, whether that's like a job situation, we were talking about like being in a new field, switching careers, or not even switching careers, but like being fresh into a career path, your career path. Well, goddamn, the train of thought is just gone. There could have been a lot of backstabbing and a lot of betrayal and just nice, nasty stuff, being nice to your face, but talking poorly about you behind your back, to the point where it's like seeping into the environment, everything around. So it was a situation that definitely needed to end. So if you did walk away from something that was imbalanced, it's coming into balance. Things are balancing out. You are receiving justice. If there's any sort of like pending court cases or like pending, I don't know, like pending diplomas, maybe there's some sort of back and forth or something about like credits. I don't know. I don't know how frequently that happens. Hopefully never, like hopefully there's never an issue with like getting your diploma. But any issues, any delays are going to be cleared up and they're going to be going in your favor. All roads lead to you being successful though, and you are being shown the way. We have this really clear path. Like there's only one visible, very distinct path up this mountain. So it's like there's not going to be any confusion about which way to go, which direction to take. Feels like you're going to be led very quickly down a path that leads to you leaving something behind, something that was out of balance, something that felt confusing and chaotic. It could have felt like you were like in a maze. You didn't know which direction to go. Maybe you felt like you were going in circles for a really long time. And I don't know why, like degrees, law school, judge school, I don't know, whatever it takes to become a judge. I feel like there was just a lot of like confusion, maybe going in circles is what I'm getting. One place telling you one thing, trying to transfer credit somewhere and then being like, no, those aren't going to transfer. You're going to have to do this all over again. And you're like, what the hell? That doesn't make sense. Something gets like unaccredited, like a high school, your last year of high school, the high school gets unaccredited. So now you have to go graduate from somewhere else and do all of that. Like that's worst case scenario. Honestly, that's absolute worst case scenario. Okay, we're going to take both of these. Tea Magic, Witch's Rosary, card number 38 and card number 43. Grieving on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I feel like this process of ending, whatever it is, it's happening very swiftly. It could be concerning your money, around your money. It could be a situation where you're having to take legal action against someone who is really close to you. This could be a professor. Maybe there was some sort of wrongdoing or boundaries crossed, and so you're having to take legal action against someone that was close to you, somebody who you confided in. And it could, the ending of this and the ending of that relationship and all of these things could bring a sense of loss. It is a sort of grieving that's going to come now. This process of letting go, whatever it is that's ending, even if it's something that it's like, I made the right decision and this absolutely had to go. It was so toxic. It was so draining. It was so imbalanced, all of these things. And I know I'm going to get better, have better, do better, whatever the case. But it still sucks. It still hurts. It's still sad. You might really like the space that you were in, but something just wasn't working. So you had to walk away. It's okay to feel that sense of loss. It's okay to have those feelings of grief. Just don't stay there too long. Don't get stuck there. What else is here for Gemini through this season? Mabon, fall season, this transition. What else is here? Tell us more, please, Spirit, about, I almost say Cancer. Weird. Gemini's situation right now. What do they need to know? I mean, really, I guess there's not much more to know. You're on the road to success. All roads lead to justice and success, and an ending, of something that needs to end. This never happens when it's something healthy, when it's something positive, when it's something that is for your betterment. It doesn't end in that manner. It doesn't end in such a dramatic, chaotic, hurtful, fearful way. All right, let's see. The champion and the walker, the unknown, a journey. The champion, achievement, downfall. That feels very much like opposite energies. I don't understand some of these cards. Okay. Let's do our Lenormand deck and then we'll read. These cards turn around really easily, so some of them are upside down. It doesn't matter. I'll fix it later. All right. Lenormand. What else is here for Gemini Spirit? What else do they need to know? What haven't we covered? What haven't we talked about? Or what do we need to expand on more, please? Confirmations, clarities. Any messages we have left for Gemini, please, Spirit? Fendi, please, give me a minute. Cards are being quite stubborn. They're never really this stubborn. What else is here, Spirit? Anything? Take ship. Your ships are coming in, traveling overseas, doing international business. You could be moving for a new job, a new opportunity. Maybe you're taking some sort of I'm getting like a lawyer for a corporation, but like overseas. I feel like you're going to be relocating. You're going to be traveling. You could just be traveling back and forth a lot with this new position. It feels like it's going to happen frequently. You're going to be like frequently flying back and forth. You're going to be changing scenery quite frequently. This is also, I said ships coming in. Yes, it is that energy. Your ship's coming in. You've been waiting for something for a really long time. Maybe it's this justice. I feel like it's gonna feel like it's been drug out really long. If it's felt like it's been drug out really long, and then all of a sudden it's over, and you're like, oh, and it might feel like a death or like I don't know. It could be pretty traumatic. Something consuming so much of your time, and then all of a sudden it's just gone and it's done and it's over, and you're like, oh shit, well, what do I do with all this energy? And it might bring a little bit of sadness, but I don't see you staying in the energy. There's too much going on. There's too much movement. There's too much fluidity. This also tells us, this specific deck, it tells a story. It's fairy tale Lenormand, so it's fairy tales for the imageries and for the stories, the messages that they make, send, create, whatever. This is about the story of a little boy who shows kindness to a man. The man gives this little boy a boat. And this boat is the size of a toy initially, but it has the power to transform into literally whatever vessel, water vessel you could think of. A pontoon, a ski boat, jet ski. Thank you, god damn, jet ski, a sailboat, a yacht. Whatever this kind of boat is, literally any boat you can dream of. But the beauty of it is you can then shrink it back down when you're done with it, when you're done with your journey, and carry it with you. So you always have it and you can go literally wherever you want. Okay. I would love to have that. I would start a business. All right, we have the walker and the champion. Let's read about those first, and then we'll read about our Seasons of the Witch Mabon. The champion, page number 68. Steel flashes in the sun. An opponent yields. The crowd roars. Victory is a heady brew. Okay. Oh, is that like a beer reference? The head of the foamy? It's a good thing. And the champion raises their arms, drinking in the praise and adoration. But overconfidence is blinding, and behind him, their opponent gets to their feet. Damn. You're riding high on victory at the moment, and you've earned the right to celebrate, but don't let it go to your head. Not only could your arrogance unpick all of your progress, but if you turn your back on a half-finished job, you may see those successes fall apart faster than you can hold them together. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's read about the walker. 116. Pardon me, guys. It is a very sleepy day here. It's been raining, storming all day. It's about to start storming again, so it's starting to get dark. Yeah, very sleepy. Like their sibling, the pilgrim, the walker is bound to an eternity of journeys. Oh god. The walker constantly seeks new experiences and the unknowing nature of transition. An air of sadness ever on their heels. That feels very much like Gemini, just in essence. Whatever they're searching for or whatever they're running from, they haven't yet found their answer. A sense of regret A sense of regret seems to be coloring everything lately, sucking away the joy of the journey. Perhaps you have been forced to leave something behind in order to move forward, or maybe it's the result of circumstances beyond your control. Whatever it is, the pain is necessary, to a point. Rather than wallowing in its self-punishment, shed that regret and move on. Yeah, I feel like I was talking about that a little bit with the grief. You could be feeling some sort of like, you could be feeling defeated. You could be feeling like, I don't know. I just get the feeling of going in circles and maybe wanting to get off the hamster wheel and not have to constantly go on this journey and not have to constantly evolve and be the victor. You know what I mean? Like maybe you just want to rest, take a nap. It's just yawning and like talking about what a sleepy day is. Like maybe you just want to be able to have a sleepy day. And if it is a sleepy day, you're able to take a nap, read a book, take it easy, be light, any and all of those things instead of having to grind and do all of these things. Let's read about our Mabon. Tea magic. Card number 38. I really genuinely am so sorry. Answers. Hard truths. Your higher self chose this card because the answers you are seeking have been right in front of your face. No, I'm just joking, it doesn't say that. Right in front of you for some time, but you've chosen not to see them. Tea magic will visit you when there is a hard truth that needs to be heard, or you're experiencing some form of denial. Oh, you may be doing it unintentionally as your ego's way of protecting you from something that may be hurtful or difficult to understand. Tea magic is a spiritual intervention telling you that while it may be hard, it's time to rip off the band-aid and face the truth of your situation. Take time to think about where illumination needs to occur. What have you been avoiding in your life? Know that ignoring it may only be masking your situation, making making your situation worse. And if you don't take action now, you could be facing significant consequences. Ooh. Fortunately, this card means there is time to turn your circumstances around. Your situation will still be challenging, but deep down you already know what to do to overcome this obstacle. Before you can face the monster, you need to acknowledge it's real. This card also mentioned running away. Are you running away from something? Are you running away from something? Ask yourself that. Divination tea spell. This is a great tea to drink before meditation and vision psychic, and divination work. Okay. You will need 2 teaspoons blue lotus flowers, 1 teaspoon rose petals, 2 teaspoons dried lemon balm, 3 teaspoons dried mugwort, and honey. Steep all the ingredients in boiling water for 5 minutes, then strain. Drink the cup before you start your practice. I almost said Riches Rosary. Riches Wozoe. Card number 43. Focus, concentration, intention, developing habits, trust. Interesting. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Your higher self chose this card because it represents a long road to success that you are on that guides you to remain focused and intentional. Your situation is not one that will gain immediate results, but is likely to be rewarding with patience and consistent effort. The way forward is to be practical, responsible, and committed to mundane tasks that aren't glamorous, but do provide security and stability. You will receive this card when you're ready to put in the hard work and see your goal through, although it does remind you to avoid perfectionism. Habits and skills take time to master, so don't take it too personally when you don't get it right at first. You may follow instructions step by step and find that still something is off. Remember that you can always start from the beginning, retracing your steps until you discover the source of the problem. This card also confirms that you're on the right path and should keep doing what you're doing. You may be frustrated if you're not seeing results. Yeah, that going in circles, not making progress feeling. Which is why this card has made its way to you. Spirit wants you to know, ooh, okay. So I just got a very clear scenario image, whatever you want to call it, in my head of like feeling like you're on a hamster wheel because you only make it to a certain point. Maybe you feel like you're starting and you're only making it to the 7 of Pentacles. You're only ever making it to this phase where you feel undervalued and you feel overworked and underpaid, essentially. And you feel like you can't make it past that. You can't make it into a space where you feel appreciated, where you feel like your effort is being rewarded proportionately. If you're putting in five pentacles worth of effort, you would like 5 pentacles worth of pay in exchange. 10 of Pentacles, I think, is everybody's goal. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups is like ultimate happiness, ultimate stability, longevity, generational wealth, generational joy, all of these things, right? It feels like you're getting stuck at 7 and like restarting and just going in like a pattern that just keeps repeating. All right, what else? Sorry, I just had to get that out. This card also confirms your Spirit wants you to know that you have done nothing wrong, but must trust that your work will be rewarded with time. Witch's Rosary Manifesting Chant. This chant is excellent for calling what you desire, although affirmations work great as well. Okay? It can be done with anything that helps you keep consistent repetition. It can be done with anything that helps keep you consistent in repetition. Go to a place that is quiet and free of distractions. Nature is always best, but you can choose wherever you prefer. Hold a rosary in your hands and place your fingers on one of the beads. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Then recite an intention or phrase and repeat it for every bead. Beautiful. I actually really like that. I might find myself a rosary. Can I make a rosary? I don't know. All right, guys. I think I'm going to leave it there. I was going to try to reiterate some things, but this reading feels like it was so all over the place. Like there was a lot going on. You guys, I feel like, have a lot going on. You could have a lot of internal, I don't want to say chaos, because that's not necessarily the feeling that I'm getting, but maybe, and lots of internal turmoil, lots of like, I don't know, feelings of frustration, but you're also, your ships are coming in, you're on the road to success, you're ending things that you need to end. The only thing that will trip you up is staying in cycles and patterns that are keeping you smaller, giving into your ego, letting your ego take over, letting your pride get in the way. Those things will definitely keep you stuck on the hamster wheel when you're trying to make it to the top of the mountain. But all roads lead to success. So that's good. I love you guys so very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.